Hi there, I'm Shane Spiers and welcome to this special edition of the Performance Brief. Let me start straight off by telling you a bit about Ari. Ari Galper is the world's #1 authority on trust-based selling and creator of Unlock the Game, a new sales mindset and results-orientated approach that has revolutionized the world of selling. With a master's degree in instructional design, which strongly analyzes the way people learn, and supplying nearly 2 decades of experience in direct selling in a variety of industries, Ari has pioneered a breakthrough sales system, Unlock the Game, through his experience working with iconic companies such as UPS and Qualcomm over the past 20 years. Built on the concept of authentic communication and trust, his visionary approach to selling relieves the pressure for both the seller and buyer, producing profound results. With over 45,000 subscribers, clients and members, growing at over 1,000 per month from 38 countries, including business owners, entrepreneurs and sales professionals. Ari has trained the best of the best and continues to be the most respected and followed sales thought leader in the industry. Ari has been featured in a multitude of leading sales and business books for his unique and special trust-based sales approach. Interviewed on networks such as CNN Money and Sky News, he has become the foremost authority on selling around the globe. As a sought-after international speaker, Ari presents at sold-out sales seminars and various corporate training events where he demonstrates his groundbreaking methods, making live sales calls in front of audiences. He has shared the stage with fellow entrepreneurs including Joan Rivers, Mark Victor Hansen, Dan Kennedy, Christopher Howard, Bill Glazier, Alexandria Brown and many others. His strategies have been used by countless global organizations throughout the world. Ari's mission is to help business owners, entrepreneurs and sales professionals break through their fears of selling, as well as create better lives for themselves, their families and of course their clients. Unlock the Game is quickly becoming the standard for how to create genuine trust for anyone who sells a product or service. So, Ari, thank you for joining us today. Unlock the Game is taking the selling world by storm, directly challenging traditional selling with tremendous results, so timely at a time when trust is at its lowest point in the business world. Ari, I'm sure all of us can't wait to hear how you're going to help us eliminate sales rejection. Tell us your story and how you came up with your breakthrough sales program.
Sure, I'll be happy to. As you know, it's called Unlock the Game, and there's a story behind that, which I'll explain to you right now, which I think people resonate with. About 15 years ago, I was a sales manager in a software company, and I managed about 18 people underneath me, and we are the first company to launch online website tracking tools. Now they're free, but basically back then it would cost money, and it was early days of the internet, and my job was to bring the very large accounts in, and for about 4 or 5 months, one lead came across to my desk, a big opportunity, you recognize the name, big company. They have lots of websites, and my contact over there agreed to a live demo, conference call, webinar to show them what we can do for them on their websites, and it was a really big opportunity. If I closed this one sale, it would double the turnover of the company in one go. You can imagine. So at Christmas time, if it goes well, everyone gets a bonus. So it was a big opportunity. He agreed to a conference call on a Friday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll never forget it. And I came in that day, got the high five from in the office. Good luck, Ari. And I went in the conference room with my CEO, and I closed the door behind me. And in the room was a big long table. In the middle of the table was a speakerphone.
Yeah.
The ones with the 3 legs on it. The corporate ones.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, I dialed the number for the conference line for my contact. And dialed it, and there he was. He's a nice guy. He welcomes me on the call, and I hear these voices in the background. He says to me, "Ari, let us now tell you who's on the call." I said, "Wow, okay, great."
Yeah.
Next thing I hear, "My name is John. I'm CEO." I was like, "Wow, the CEO's there." My name is Mike. I'm head of IT. My name is Julie. I'm head of marketing. Basically everybody on this call was a decision maker.
Yeah.
This is the kind of call we hope to get as often as possible, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
So I was pretty excited, and then I began to describe who I was. Then we kind of gave a live demo of our product over the internet, showing them what it's like to track their website in real time, and as I'm showing this to them, I start hearing this noise on the phone call like, wow, this is great. I can't believe we can see this. This is fantastic. They start asking me all kinds of questions. How do we install it? How do we use it? How does it work? Of course, they had all the right kinds of questions, and I had all the right kinds of answers.
Yeah.
I mean, I was technically competent. I mean, there was so much chemistry on this phone call. It was like a love fest on the phone. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Everything was just going so well.
Yeah.
So I was happy. I was answering questions. I was competent. I was a student of selling, which I still am. I had CDs in my car back then and books at home, and I went to the seminars, and I was doing my thing, building rapport, answering objections. I was being my relaxed self, but being what I should be doing in selling. And the call was amazing. It was an hour long, lots of questions. They were very satisfied at the end. And I'm got the high five from my boss, from behind my back, going, nice job already, whispering in my ear. He's like, hey, good job. And the call could not have gone better.
Yeah.
Literally, it was a perfect call. And the call comes to an end. My contact says to me, Ari, this has been great. We love it. Why don't you give us a call back in a couple of weeks, follow up with us, and we'll move this thing forward.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, oh, thank you, God.
Yeah.
Like the dream sales call. So I said my goodbyes. And I took my arm and I reached for the speakerphone in the middle of the table to hit the off button.
Yeah.
As I'm reaching for the off button, by complete accident, rather than the off button, I hit the mute button instead.
Right.
They're right next to each other, like designed really tightly together, and my thumb hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
And a small click happened, and they thought I hung up the phone.
Yeah.
And in that split second, in my left ear, the devil appears, says to me, Ari, go to the dark side. Be a fly on the wall. Listen to the call. You got nothing to lose. Go where nobody's ever gone before in the business world. Listen to the call. Be a fly on the wall. And then my right ear, the devil appears, says to me, the angel says, are you crazy? Don't rock the boat. This is a perfect call. Just hang up the call, follow up, and move this thing forward. Now, between the two, who might you think won that battle?
Well, the devil, probably.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So I pulled my thumb back for just a split second. They started talking amongst themselves, thinking I had left the call.
Yeah.
Now, what might you guess I heard amongst themselves as we were talking, thinking I left the call? Any guesses?
Well, it was all gone pretty swimmingly well, so it was probably going to be pretty positive things, I would have thought.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, it was pretty darn good. And let me tell you what they said verbatim, word for word. I'll never forget it. And that's why we're here today and people listening today. What they said was this. They said, we're not going to go with him. Keep using him for more information. And make sure we shop someplace else cheaper.
Wow.
Knife in heart twist. I was in a state of shock.
Yeah.
I was literally shaking. I was just so blown away by that. I finally hit the off button, looked at the wall in front of me. I said to myself, what did I do wrong? I knew my stuff. I was built rapport. I was competent. I was selling the right way. And the first big epiphany hit me, and that was this: you can tell me if you agree with me this or not. What I realized that moment was this: that somewhere along the way, it has become socially acceptable not to tell the truth to people who sell. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay to say things like, sounds good, send me information. Oh, I'm definitely interested, but I haven't any intention of buying at all, right?
Yeah. No.
And that was the first big wake-up call. Then I asked myself, why were they afraid to tell me the truth? And I realized that in a sales situation, potential prospects are afraid to tell you where they stand because they believe that if they give you resistance in selling, you're going to try to overcome it. And when you try to overcome resistance, what that does is it puts pressure on people. And there's an invisible river of pressure that flows underneath every conversation you have with a potential client or customer. And I realized that moment, if I can create a system to eliminate the pressure from the process, I will have officially unlocked the sales game and built trust between both the buyer and seller so nobody ever again has to chase each other back and forth and play the sales game.
Yeah.
And most importantly, get to the truth
Yeah.
of where people stand with other people. And that's our whole premise. Our whole philosophy is based on the mindset that your goal is not to focus at first on the sale at all. The focus only is to focus on removing the pressure from the process to reveal the truth of where you and them stand. So you're not chasing what I call ghosts.
Right.
People who say, yeah, sounds good, give me a call. I'm sure right now if I ask your people listening to this call, how many of you are chasing someone right now in your pipeline, I'm sure every hand will go up, because prior to today, pre-Ari as I call it, chasing was normal.
Yeah.
In our world, we eliminate chasing forever.
Wow. Wow. What a powerful story. So tell us more. You have some sales myth you'd like to share with us?
Sure. Well, let me this is a major mindset shift for people who are in business sales. It requires detoxing,
Yeah.
letting go of the old frameworks. And I'm going to do a little bit of that right now and kind of debunk some of the myths that are probably still in the mind of some of your listeners. You're sure you probably recognize some of these. So for number one, there's a classic phrase called selling is a numbers game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That came from a sales manager telling a salesperson, hey, if you get rejected, just keep going, because the more people you contact, the more sales you're going to make, right?
Yeah.
And that myth, that's a myth, because in the last couple of years, when the world's changed, we discovered through our research that selling no longer is a numbers game anymore. It's not about how many contacts you make. It's about how deep you go on each conversation, how good you are at trust building, not how good you are, how many contacts you make. And that flies in the face of most companies who manage their sales teams based on metrics like how many phone calls did he make, how many demos did he have, how many meetings did he have. See, all that's irrelevant. You're measuring the wrong thing. The real question is, how much trust are they creating in the process? That's a real shift in itself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
The second one is the notion the sale is lost at the end of the process. And I'm sure you probably had a deal before in your past. We work hard for it, and you're ready for it to come through. At the end, it falls through. You've been there before. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
And when that happens, you say to yourself, oh, geez, what did I do wrong? And I had this deal ready to go. And well, we realized that the sale in this economy now, this modern day now, is not lost anymore at the end of the process. It's actually lost at the beginning.
Right.
Hello. And I'll prove it to you right now in kind of a humorous way. If someone calls your office tomorrow morning and someone says to you, hi, my name is, I'm with, we are a, what goes through your mind in about 3 seconds?
How do I get rid of this guy?
It's over at hello, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll make the case today that most of sales are lost now, not at the end of the process, but lost at the beginning of the process, because trust wasn't nurtured from the beginning at hello.
Right.
Make sense so far?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. The last one is a big one, and that's the notion of rejection. The rejection is part of the sales game. You've probably heard of that before. It's an old school mindset. Hey, if the manager says, hey, if you get beat up, if you can't think of no, if you're not tough enough, you're not made for sales.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of a testosterone-filled notion.
Yeah.
And that comes from the old boss who got used to getting beat up and got tough, and because the realization that he never would have understood, and most don't until now, is that we discovered that rejection actually is triggered by certain things you say and do that causes the other person to put their wall up, their guard up, and push back on you. It's not part of the sales process. It's something that is created and triggered by the person selling. And in a few minutes, we'll walk through some of those triggers and help everyone remove them so they can experience what it's like to sell without rejection or fear of it. Now imagine that. Imagine if I could wipe out the fear of rejection from your listeners' minds.
Yeah.
How much would that be worth to them long term, sanity-wise, psychologically, and income?
Yeah. Be amazing.
So those are the three myths to kind of clear out the headspace before we move to the next section.
Okay. So tell us about your three mindset principles that you teach that are the foundation of Unlock the Game.
Sure. So we have three core principles behind our Unlock the Game system. And the first principle is the idea of always be diffusing pressure. Diffusing pressure in the conversation. So we have invented and developed our own proprietary, what we call trust-based languaging. Words and phrases that you use that replace typical sales languaging, not scripting, but natural languaging designed to remove the pressure, engage the prospect, and have them, you both trust each other a lot better and more efficiently to allow them to feel comfortable telling you the truth. I'll give you an example of this, okay?
Mm.
Let's say you're having a first call with someone on the phone, a first conversation with a potential client. Either you call them or they call you, doesn't matter. You're having a first conversation, the call's going well, there's good chemistry there, looks like an opportunity, and the call kind of comes to a close. And usually during a call like that, the traditional method is to simply say things like, well, hey, great, how about we get together? How about we move forward? How about we have coffee? How about we try and move things where? Forward, right?
Yeah.
See, we've been conditioned. Well, we set an opportunity to move things forward.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen if you attempt to move things forward to somebody who doesn't trust you yet? What do you break right there, possibly at the beginning of your process, if you attempt to move them forward?
Well, you're starting to breach that trust. They might not be ready to move forward.
That's correct. We don't know it, but we assume it, which is a mistake. So let's reverse it. Let's go back to the scenario again. Okay, same scenario. Call is going well. Looks like an opportunity. Call comes to a close. Rather than saying, hey, how about we move things forward? What we say instead is this. This comes right from our program. What we say is this. We say, where do you think we should go from here? And I'll say it again. Where do you think we should go from here? Now, how do you think that changes the dynamic of the conversation when I hear that from you?
Well, it's calmer for a start, but it's more empowering for the person on the other end of it.
Right. So you're shifting the control to them. And that is what helps them begin to trust you. Because when you say to them, where do you think we should go from here? What happens is they begin to open up to you and tell you the truth.
Yeah.
They say things to you like, oh, I've got one more question, or I need to. Out comes what you want to know. Or if they are a fit, they might say to you on their own, how about we get together and move things forward?
Yeah.
Without you having to persuade, coerce, or put pressure on yourself to move them forward. This requires a total release of your mindset of the next step. And that's the shift that we have mastered. That if you are fully present with people and you connect to them deeply and they can sense you don't have a hidden agenda, you will never chase anybody ever again.
Yeah.
You will make 10 times more you're making right now, and you'll become wealthy because people will sense at hello that you don't have a hidden agenda.
Yeah. I get it. Wow, brilliant.
So we have a whole body of work around that language, and we've been able to find out, identify every single point in the sales process that contains languaging. We replace it with our languaging, which removes the pressure, which shortens the sales cycle, lowers the volume of contacts, and increases the number of conversions.
Brilliant.
All right? That's number one. We'll do a couple more. Number two is the principle, is the idea of getting to the truth. Getting to the truth of people. What does that mean, truth? It sounds a little abstract. What that means is having your potential clients feel comfortable telling where they stand every step of the way. Right?
Yeah.
And so one of the triggers I mentioned earlier, rejection, is languaging. The words that you use, if you soften those languaging, they connect with you. The other, you may have noticed when I said it before, where do you think we should go from here? I slow down.
Yeah.
I lowered my voice and I paused.
Yeah.
So half of it is delivery. You can't say to somebody, hey, where do you think we should go from here?
Yeah.
You have to slow it down, lower your voice, and pause, because when you slow down, they engage. When you speed up, they push away. So the other trigger of rejection is delivery. You got to be centered and relaxed. On number 2, get the truth. Let me give you an example of what I mean by get the truth. I recently had somebody contact our office, got through all my gatekeepers, got to me, and somehow, and my phone rang, and I pick it up, and I hear this. I hear Mr. Galper. I said, yeah, my name is, I'll make the name John Jensen, make the name up here. I'm with XYZ Company. You recognize them, they're a global company. We have a huge sales team. I'm in charge of sales. We're looking to bring someone in to change our culture and help us build trust with clients and improve our sales. We're looking at you and 2 other people. We'd like to know, first, we're now in phase 1. We'd like to know, first of all, why should we go with you? Why are you the best? And give me your best sales pitch.
Wow.
Yeah, he's putting one on me now.
Yeah.
He's putting pressure on me, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
See, in a normal buyer and seller world, pressure is normal. For us, it's unacceptable. Our antenna is so sensitive to that kind of moment. Our job is to diffuse that pressure. So he says this to me. So I took a deep breath, went back to my principles, I lowered my voice, and I said this to him. I said, well, isn't that interesting? That's all I said.
Yeah.
Then I paused and I said, it just so happens that over here at our company, we have a very similar process to you. We have a phase 1, where we ask some questions, gather information to see if we're a good fit, and if we're a good fit, we decide where to go from there. Then I said to him, would you be open to that?
Yeah.
And there was dead silence on the phone. Not a word. I mean, it was so quiet for about 2 minutes. Finally, he lowers his voice. He breathes like this. And he relaxes, says to me, okay, what kind of questions do you have for me?
Yeah.
Next thing I know, we're having a nice, normal conversation like anybody would. And in that conversation, I discover, 1, he's not a decision maker. 2, he has no budget. And 3, he's just curious as to what I do.
Wow. Wow.
So after 5 minutes, I sent him off to my website for some free information I had on there, and we hung up the phone. Now, what did that process that I just did there save me months of?
Yeah, well, heartache, anxiety, and chasing him.
That's right. The elimination of, there's this drug in our bodies, and it's activated with moments like that when we get called. You know what the drug is called?
No.
It's called hopium. You know, the hopium drug.
Yeah, very good. I like it.
It's that hopium thing where we hope somehow this is going to work out just as we want it to. So,
Yeah.
Unlock the game eliminates hopium. You see?
Yeah.
We get to the truth. And otherwise, you'd be chasing this guy, hoping he'd call you back, get his voicemail, and you'd be like, oh, I hate selling it. It's terrible. See, most people are assume chasing is part of the game.
Yeah.
Chasing is the mistake. If you're chasing somebody, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
It's not them. It's not the customer. It's not the market. It's not the time. It's not the internet. It's you.
Yeah.
Because you've been trained the old way, assuming that's how things work.
Yeah.
When you get involved with Unlock the Game and get our system, understand it, you never, ever go back to the way you've been chasing people.
Yeah.
I'll give you a quick tip for everyone on this line, and I'll ask everyone right now who's listening to take a verbal oath with me, a verbal oath, to remove one key phrase, 2 words forever from their vocabulary, okay?
Yeah.
And whoever's on this call right now, and if they're like an old, what I call affectionately an old sales dog, been around for a long time in the sales game,
Yeah.
this might hurt just a bit. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to ask everyone on this call to remove and never use this phrase ever again after you hear this call. Okay? And the phrase is this. Never again use the phrase follow-up. Follow-up.
Right.
What's the only industry in the world that uses the word follow-up?
Sales.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is the last thing you want to ever be associated with, which is a salesperson stereotype. And when you call somebody back and say, hi, I'm giving you a call to follow up, or email someone, I'm calling to follow up, right? What are they thinking?
Yeah. Oh, him again. Yeah.
Here he is, chasing me again. The word follow-up is a huge mistake.
Yeah.
There's also some more classic ones, too, that people use. What are the other ones? You know the other ones? Classic ones?
Probably loads. None of them coming to mind, but yeah.
There's some like, I'm giving you a call to catch up, to touch base.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Those are all classic sales terms that you want to remove from your vocabulary post Ari today,
Yeah.
and never ever use an email again. Because that moves them forward. That's momentum. You want to go backwards, so you want to use this word instead. This goes back to my program, to the Fast Start Pack. You want to say, I'm giving you a call to see if you have any feedback.
Right.
Any feedback on our previous conversation, on our previous meeting, on the proposal. You want to go backwards, not forward, because forwards creates momentum with pressure on them, and now they won't tell you the truth. But when you say, I'm giving you a call to give you feedback on our last conversation, what do they tell you?
You're showing interest, showing intent, trying to see if solve their problems.
They tell you the truth.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Not the sale. The goal is the truth, so you know where you stand. So you can eliminate people that are ghosts.
Yeah.
That will never buy in the first place. The whole process is designed for elimination. So you know who's a fit and who's not a fit.
Yeah.
See, in sales, people are basically conditioned to chase anything that moves in their zone, right?
Yeah.
Inbound lead, a request, a referral. We get so excited. We just make all these assumptions that somehow it's all going to work out just fine at the end, which is just living in hopium, pretty much.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's really the number two. The last one that we'll talk about is number three. Is called be a problem solver. Be a problem solver only, not a pitch person. Don't have to pitch, what you do.
Yeah.
In your offer, and that comes from we have figured out a method to transform or convert your offer into what we call a problem statement, a problem-based approach. So you engage somebody, and initially you don't start with "Hi, I'm with we do we." You don't talk about your product or your solution. That's irrelevant at this stage of the process. You only talk about them.
Right.
And that's where you begin your call with, and I'll give you some right from our program. I'll give you an example. You start the call with, "Hi, my name is Ari, and I'm hoping you can help me out for a moment."
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to say what?
Well,
What would you say?
Well, yeah, you might be able to help me.
You're going to say, "How can I help you?" That's normal human behavior. See, I've just triggered a two-way dialogue between you and I.
Yeah.
Not a one-way street being slammed down, rejected. Then I'm going to say, "I'm just giving you a call to see if you'd be open." By the way, the word "open" is a word we use to replace the word "interested."
Right.
Interested is a sales word. Would you be open to force them into a yes or a no? You see?
Right.
Then you say, "I'm giving you a call to be open to some different ideas around ways to solve this problem, that problem, and that problem." So we have a method to launch and enter a sales process not talking about you or your offer at all,
Yeah.
but engage them about them and their world. And that's the key. When you master this,
Yeah.
you can basically sell without friction, without resistance, like talking to a friend every day. You love selling because no longer does it contain that negative experience that everybody hates. And you can stop chasing ghosts and work less and succeed a lot faster. And that's what Unlock the Game's all about.
Brilliant. Well, it's fascinating. So, okay, Eric, so how can our listeners make your Unlock the Game mindset a permanent way of thinking?
Sure. Okay, so the best thing to do is probably to go to unlockthegame.com and pick up my book as a starter, if you want, called Unlock the Sales Game. And then if you want to really get into this and get access to our languaging and how we do everything, because the book is a precursor, we have what we call a Fast Start Pack on the website at unlockthegame.com, very reasonably priced to give people a chance to taste this and use it and get success. And those are people who want to immediately get results and get successful. So really, go to unlockthegame.com. There's a couple options for you there, the book or the Fast Start Pack.
Yeah.
I recommend the pack to get the most languaging, and then once you start using this, I'll tell you, the results come so fast because you simply change the words that you use, and next thing you know, people are calling you back.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, this American was right. This book was right. He's not just telling us something that's not true. So the more you realize that people are looking for someone they can trust,
Yeah.
and the more human you are, the more you humanize the sales process, the more successful you will be.
Fascinating. Thank you so much, Ari.